Joining us now is Kevin Gass. He's a VP of BC Lottery Corporation. Welcome, Kevin.
Thank you.
Kevin, you're obviously with a giant company, but you've also started companies from scratch. And so I'm wondering if you can give us a little Coles Notes version of why Jay is doing so well. What's he doing right as a small business guy that's allowed him to be pretty successful?
Well, I think he's doing a lot of things, and just from my experience, I mean, it takes hard work. You've got to put in the time, you've got to network, you've got to make connections, you've got to be creative, you've got to be strategic, and I think most of all, you've got to show leadership. I mean, Jay works with a lot of different clients, and I think the thing that works for him the most is that he shows leadership to those clients as well as serving what their real needs happen to be. So he puts it all together, and I think it's very effective for him.
And one of the key things I heard was hard work, lots and lots of hard work. And I'm thinking about that as he moves north of 49. What kind of pressure does he have to continue to put on himself? I mean, our energy does change as we get older. How's that? What can he reasonably expect?
I think as an entrepreneur, he can't really relax too much. Having said that, I think one of the advantages you have as you do get north of 60 is you become much more efficient in terms of how you deploy your time and how you accomplish tasks. And I think that's something that we all sort of learn as we move through our careers. And I think Jay has learned that very well. He doesn't waste time doing things that are unimportant. I think the other thing that he does very well is he's now learned to accomplish things through other people that he employs or people that he contracts, subcontracts to, things of that sort. So you start to sort of develop that skill set, and I think that's how you maintain that intensity that you have to maintain as an entrepreneur, even as you get older and you do slow down ever so slightly.
So Jay's in actually a really good position, but what about the people that find themselves suddenly unemployed north of 49 and they're saying, well, I can look for another job in a corporation, or how about I start something on my own? I can do it. I'll be an entrepreneur. I'll be a small business guy.
I think they have a challenge, and I think they have to make a really fundamental decision. If they've never been an entrepreneur before and they've always worked in corporate all of their lives, they may have latent entrepreneurial skills, but I think they really need to make sure of that before they venture out. Otherwise, I think you've really got to sort of stick with that corporate route and look for those kinds of opportunities. And I think you also may have to make a big decision if you're in Vancouver, which is to geographically relocate. I think often in a corporate environment, the opportunities here are more limited because of the number of head offices in this market. So your opportunities are limited. So you've got to kind of make that fundamental choice as well. But if you've never been an entrepreneur, if you don't know what it takes to survive on the street, so to speak, you really got to make sure you have that skill set before you tackle it.
Yeah, how do you know if you can do it or not? Because if someone is in a situation where they say, I can't stand this anymore, I do want to make a change, what are the odds that they're going to be able to succeed? Or should they just kind of stay with the devil they know and make the best of it and maybe change their attitude?
Well, I think they might want to go to some sort of HR specialist or a headhunter or someone like that and really have a candid conversation. I think they have to look back at their corporate work history. Have they been out in the community networking? If they've never really kind of left their office, chances are they're not going to be able to do that. And I think they have to start looking at sort of what was their behavior in the corporate environment, and look at suppliers that they've hired. Could they do the job of that supplier as well as that supplier? And really, frankly, be honest with yourself.
Great advice, Kevin. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life.